Hey there, it's Kira here with another scrapbook layout process video using my July wild hair kits. So you can kind of see I have my page kind of set up how I wanted it, but I wanted to do some hand stitching up here. So I'm going to have these, there's like a little hanging planted pot thing, and then this little, balloon decoration thing, and I'm going to do some hand stitching so it looks like they're hanging from the ceiling, hanging from the top of the page. Anyways, I'm just doing, it's like very minimal hand stitching. It was really quick. I just did a simple back stitch in some white embroidery thread and called it good. I'm going to be putting a layered, one of those layered flower stickers on top of the plant. So I'm going to just adhere that directly to the page. But I wanted to give some dimension to this a balloon. I guess it's a balloon. I don't know. It's a little decoration thing, but I'm going to pop some foam on the back of that and adhere that up there. And then, like I said, I'm just going to adhere the plant directly to the page, and I'll add the layered flower sticker directly on top of that, since that'll give a ton of dimension to that area. I'm going to create kind of a scene. It's going to be very whimsical. It doesn't really make any sense, I guess. I'm scrapbooking a picture of my son, Elliot, when we were at the Children's Museum, and he's playing in like this, they have like this little water area outside, and he's playing in that, and he's standing on one of the rocks out there. So I'm going to be creating kind of a little a ground area, I guess, just a spot to kind of hold a lot of my embellishments. So I layered up a couple pieces of paper that were in my kit. If you haven't seen my kit yet and want to check it out, I will link the unboxing video down below. Once I get these papers adhered down and trimmed off the excess, I'm going to take my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch along the edges of both of those papers, and then I'll kind of fold up the edges like that to give it a little bit more texture there as well. So I'm going to use this chair. On the chair it says hello, like it's like one of the pillows says hello, but I'm going to cover up that saying with this little it's like a light, what are those things called? Like light board things, message boards. Anyways, I'm going to cover up that with that, and that's going to be my title. It says enjoy the little things. So that's going to be my title for this page. So I'm just layering a few little pieces of ephemera around this chair, and I'm going to put my photo kind of tucked under the chair, and I like the way that's looking, but you'll see as I start to like put this all together that there's like a lot of white space underneath my photo, and I end up needing to like fill that space up. So you'll see I like how it looks. I like the chair, I like the strips of paper and everything, but it just made a lot of white space underneath that photo. So I'll end up filling all of that up in a minute, and you'll see how I do that. And everything's like bumped up on foam, so like some things have like one layer of foam, some things, I think the flamingo ends up getting like 3 layers of foam. I mean, it's like crazy excessive, but I love dimension, so yeah. So this will have, because it'll be like 2 layers here, because that is on one piece of foam and the chair's on one piece of foam. So then when I do the flamingo has to be bumped up 3 pieces of foam, and I think it turns out really cute. So I'll just tuck that flamingo kind of right there, so making sure it doesn't cover up any of the words on that sign. But this is kind of where I realized that there's too much kind of like trapped white space underneath the photo. So I'm just going to go ahead and layer some flowers and leaves underneath that photo. And that piece that I just tucked under there is actually like a bouquet of flowers. I think it said love you on it. I ended up just cutting that part off and just making it kind of just the flowers there. And then I've got this little like vase of flowers that I'm just gonna sit next to the chair. And this will just add another little pop of color down in that corner. And then I wanted to put another little floral cluster down here. So I have this chipboard flower. It's from the Pink Fresh Studio BU collection. And then I'll do another die cut flower and then one of those layered flowers, flower stickers from Patio Party. And just create a little cluster over in that corner. And I decided to put a little leaf up here, just to bring a little bit more color up there. And I'm kind of like trying to decide if I want to add more stuff to this layout. I'm going to put the banner up in the top corner where you've seen it before. And I'm bumping that up on some foam too. And then I realized that there's still a lot of like white space down there that I feel like needs to be filled up. So I went looking for another like leaf die cut, and I didn't find one. So then I was like, well, what if I take apart one of these like layered flowers and kind of tuck that under there? But that didn't really look good once I started taking the layers off, so I decided against that. But then I found this chipboard leaf, and this is from Pink Fresh Studio BU collection. I decided to tuck that under there, but I had so much foam on everything that I had a hard time like getting in there, so I had to like cut off parts of the leaf, and I had to cut off parts of the foam from underneath my photo, and it kind of ended up being a little bit of a hassle, so I wish I would have realized that prior to gluing everything down, but I made it work, and I don't think you can really notice that I had to, kind of cut it apart and, make it work. So now I'm kind of just going through all of my embellishments from this kit and seeing if there's anything else that will work. I really like the little tasseled paper clips in my kit, and I think they add a cute kind of texture touch to a layout. So I decided to use, I thought a mint one would be cute up there, but then I realized that it really needed a pop of pink in that area. So I grabbed one of the pink ones, and I'm not attaching the paper clip to anything. I'm just actually gluing it down. So I just added some glue to the back of it and then just glued it right in that area just for a little pop of pink. So the last things I'm going to do to this layout are add my date to the page. And when I did this, it got ink on that chipboard piece, and I was so frustrated. I was so mad. I was like, God, why'd you do that? But I did this trick where I learned from card makers where you can just paint over the white part with a white gel pen, and it worked great. You can't even notice it was there. And then I'm going to add some splatters, some black splatters. And this is another trick I learned from watching card making videos, is putting the ink on an acrylic block and then using a really fine or small brush, and it makes these really fine splatters rather than big blotchy ones, and I've been loving the look of this on layouts recently, so I just added those and then done. Here's some close-ups for you. Let me know if you have any questions down below, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye.